Good morning, good people. Today is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Here we are in southwestern Nevada. No, not Nevada, Nevada, not Nevada, Nevada. Here we are in southwestern Nevada, hard scrabble area, territory, sharp-elbowed people, hard scrabble, sharp-elbowed, pistol packing, rootin' tootin' people, but a good training ground. Good training ground. It's like I was talking to one of our guys, Matticus von Atticus, yesterday about why Caesar defeated Pompey at Actium. No, the last battle. And it was because Caesar's people, one part of it was Caesar's soldiers were battle hardened, where Pompey's were not, even though they had twice as many and they were refreshed, not sick, tired, hungry. They were ready to go. So this hard scrabble territory is a good place to refine your skills, sort of like Rocky in Rocky 1, not Rocky 15, where he's just training on the streets with old tires and running up steps and punching sides of beef, etc. So, tenderizing beef with his fists. Good morning, what not a bevy? How is you? How is you? Or is it you? Doesn't matter. So, here we are, Tuesday, 16th October. It is also day 4 of week 2 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Today, our focus is on 2 neurotransmitters, neurohormones, cortisol and oxytocin. So Tuesday, we really focused on endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, and a little cortisol. Today it's cortisol and oxytocin, stress hormone, stress. Is it bad for you? Blessed on my way to school. Don't get blasted. Stay blessed, not blast. Don't be on blast. Be on blessed. Okay, so the weather is turning. Getting cooler by the day. I remember the days in the mornings it would be 80 degrees and the sun would be up. And now it tain't. But okay, so day 4 of week 2 inside my skull-sized kingdom. From a neuroscience perspective, how does my brain work? And we're just focusing on neurons, neurotransmitters, and reticular activating system. We're not saying how does the brain work. We're talking about a neuroscience-oriented approach to success. So we want to understand neurons, neurotransmitters, and the reticular activating system. And once again, today, our focus is on cortisol and oxytocin. Kelly McGonigal, one of the Stanford people, the Carol Dwecks, the Duckworths, the Aaliyah Crums, that group of people who are really doing interesting things. Interesting things, people. Interesting things. Let's hear you say that out loud. Interesting things. Not scary language, not like George Carlin. The lights got awfully dark in here for a second. Now it's turning reddish color. Okay, cool. All right. Well, what else we got on our hit parade? Advice from an 80-year-old. Compliment the meal when you're a guest in someone's house. Compliment the meal when you're a guest in someone's house. Absolutely. They went to the trouble to make it. The least you can do is show good manners and show your appreciation. The gift of a meal. Honor the gift of a meal. How? 1, eat it. 2, compliment it. 3, got any more? Got any more? Boy, that was good. Got any more? Yeah, let's see. When I was growing up, that was kind of a standard thing. You go to somebody's house for dinner. Part of the social upbringing. Kids go to somebody's house for dinner. Right. Really. Okay, what else we got? Okay, what's Seth Godin have to say to us today? Significant digits. Significant digits. Even though it's possible to design an oral thermometer that measures body temperature to 1/100th of a degree, there's no reason to do so. In fact, 98.6 is overkill. 98 is enough information. More digits don't give us more information. They simply distract or confuse us. The same is true for time. Knowing what happened in a 1-second snapshot interval is useful for judging a horse race, but hardly interesting if we're measuring interest in a new Broadway show. Just because we can add more digits doesn't mean that it's significant. We can intentionally ask for less. Yeah, right. Is the difference between 98.6 and 98 or 99 significant? My temperature is 98.6. Well, mine's 99. 3/10 of a degree off. What is a degree anyway? My recollection from high school chemistry is a calorie is the amount of energy it takes to raise a cubic centimeter 1 degree in temperature. Oops, that's calories. Okay, so a 1/10 of a degree would be like the amount of energy it takes to raise a cubic centimeter, almost nothing. So I agree with Seth Godin. If your temperature is 98.6, to say it's 98 or to say it's 99 is basically the same thing. Now, if it gets over 100, we know that's bad. All right. Anyway, anywho, shall we talk about stress? How's our time doing? Stress. Time. Such a runic rhyme. Okay, Kelly McGonigal is breaking down stress. Is stress good or bad? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. Ah, there's the rub. There's the calamity that makes. Oops, beep, cut. Okay, so stress. Mostly now we learn of the negative parts of stress, the why stress is bad. Kelly McGonigal basically says, in summary, stress is not bad, fear of stress is bad. Because if you stress fear, you will keep releasing cortisol. Trip. And cortisol is not good for our body. We might remember on Tuesday, yep, it was a long time ago, it's 2 days ago. Tuesday, Simon Sinek said, the problem with cortisol is when it's being released, your immune system is suppressed and other parts of your body. Like you don't need your fingernails to grow when you're in fight or flight mode. So our immune system isn't working well because other systems are heightened. And the problem is if your immune system isn't working, you're susceptible to getting an infection, to getting sick. So the problem with stress is our immune system is compromised. Well, I don't think that's the right term, but it's not working as efficiently as it would. So you get sick more. And I think if you do a simple AI prompt, do people who are under a lot of stress get sick more often than, weakened? Right, weakened. Do people who are under stress get sick more often than people not? And then if you take some people under stress, I think Kelly McGonigal would say, well, only the people who think stress is bad actually have a weakened system, because the other people release the other one. Gabor Mate, chronic disease too. The other people who don't see stress as bad release what? Oxytocin. And Kelly McGonigal says oxytocin actually helps repair the damage that cortisol does. I'll say that again. Oxytocin helps repair the damage that cortisol has done. So this is a second instance where cortisol to the rescue. What? What's the first one? What does AANA say? If you are, wait, did I say cortisol? I meant oxytocin. The second place oxytocin comes in to help. It comes in to overcome cortisol. But what else did we say? It comes in to overcome dopamine associated with alcohol or drugs. So when you feel like using, what do they tell you to do in AANA? Call sponsor, go to a meeting. Why? Because you release oxytocin. And as oxytocin goes up, the effects of dopamine go down. The same thing we're learning from Kelly McGonigal. As you release oxytocin, the negative effects of cortisol go down. Pick up the phone. Yeah. YA. Is it YA or YA? What are you saying? YA or YA? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so there we have it. Another thing Kelly McGonigal does, Yahweh, what is it? Yahweh. The breath of God, literally. Yahweh. There's a video, probably a lot of videos. Okay, so Kelly McGonigal does a good job of documenting what she's saying. Talking about study after study after study, and death records, tests they did, and then who died. And what she's convincing about is that people who had a lot of stress, that saw stress as bad, didn't fare as well as people who had stress but saw it as normal. You call this stress, you son of a bitch? I laugh in your face. That is the thing to do. Stress is not bad. It's our perception of stress that's bad. Kelly McGonigal also talks about a Harvard study where people were trained to believe that stress is simply the body's natural response to a certain situation, circumstances. So the thing to do is embrace it. So if you're about ready to go into some kind of unfun event, circumstance, run into a burning building, The stress will prepare your body for what's about to come. Now, if it's about running into a burning building, if you get too much cortisol, you will be frozen. Can't move. I don't know what to do. Deer in headlights. Natural part of cortisol. Because there's probably, to the perceiver, to the person, I don't know whether I should run in and I could die. All of these things could happen. There's this list of things that could happen if I run in that are good, and a list of things that if I run in that are bad. I don't know which is more likely. There could be a lot of pain, physical pain from burning heat. There could also be pain caused by smoke. Smoke in my eyes, smoke in my lungs, and a lot of heat, a lot of smoke. A lot of bad things can happen. What if I go in and I don't bring the baby out? So you have all of this stuff that could go wrong, and I can't decide. I can't decide which way to go. It's information overload. Meanwhile, stress keeps drip, 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 or flow, 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 or gush, gush, gush. Whatever it is that makes it harder and harder to decide. Whereas if I don't think, I just do. So this kind of goes to training. This goes to like Navy SEAL training, is we perform to the level of our training. In stressful situations, we perform to the level of our training. So you don't have to think. You just do. You respond, you react, you anticipate. You're on autopilot with this, so you could be doing that for how to get out of the situation. Okay, so what's our takeaway? Our takeaway is, once again, know who you are, know why we behave the way we do. So that means to understand how cortisol fits in, how stress fits in. And the idea is, if we know that, we can dial in who we need to be now. Who we need to be right now. We can dial that in. If we understand it, we can dial in who we need to be right now. If we recognize, cortisol, I just got a shot of cortisol. How do I know? Brain cloud, not sure what to do. Feel a little bit of non-positivity, fear, scared, apprehension. Any of those words, any or all of those pop up. Cortisol, what do I need to do to overcome cortisol? Do I want to overcome it right now? Well, I'm going to have to make a decision. I'm just going to go on my top 3 things. I got 3 seconds to design. 3, 2, 1, go. I have faith that my body and mind will respond appropriately to what's about to happen. But if I try to calculate my way through all of the possible things before, I'm just going to get in lock mode, freeze lock. No, what's the word? Something lock. I'm going to get locked into a thing where I can't move because I'm processing too much data. And every time I think I might be coming closer to an answer, more data comes in, more difficult to decide, don't know what to do. And the fact that I'm thinking about now I can't decide makes me even more stressed out. Where the answer is, be like caveman. Ugh. Or like Bull Meacham, when his wife asked him about thinking. Do you think we can do this? And he said, Bull Meacham don't think, he just do. A Marine Corps pilot, right? Bull Meacham don't think, he just do. So with that, we're going to say Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, people. Or how would we say that in Chinese? Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Right? Is that right, Walton on the bed? Okay, and with that, we're going to say and cut. Thank you for being there. Focus on cortisol.